Jessie J eyes up free Wikifeet account after unexpected Isle of Wight festival bombshell.
Hugh Grant is spotted eating carrots and wearing earplugs as he takes his wife and daughter 8 to watch Taylor Swift at Wembley concert before sending the Era's star a gushing message.
Pop star's famous father behind the best football song of all time.
Hello and welcome to Barely Contained, the podcast that gives you an insider's view of the showbiz journalism world before encouraging you to bet your shirt on the next lineup of Celebrity X on the beach. I'm Chris Beckett and I'll be having a flutter alongside Matt Withers. Matt, hello.
Hello there, Chris. I think you're making a little satirical comment there at some members of the Conservative Party who've been having a little bet on the date of the general election.
Yeah, subtle, wasn't I?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, how are things with you?
Yeah, pretty good. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Feeling very excited. Feeling very summery. Are you?
Yeah, I am actually. It's it's good weather. Sitting out in the garden and letting the cares of the world pass you by. But then reality bites, and we get to look at some really dreadful showbiz journalism.
Yeah. I'm sure, I don't know when you listen to this now, dear listener, but I presume that you might already know that England have won the 2024 Euros. Glorious winner in extra time by Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. Wow, this is going to be like a Nostradamus level when it happens.
Shall I fire you up with some online celebrity reportage?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I'm going to start off with a story on the website of the Daily Mirror. A little blast from the noughties past, someone you may not have heard of in the last few years, and it's headlined, "Exclusive," in caps. Jessie J eyes up free Wikifeet account after unexpected Isle of Wight festival bombshell.
Right. Okay. A couple of things. Listeners, remember the word that was chosen: bombshell.
Yeah. Bombshell is a pretty big claim here. Is it going to live up to it? I'm guessing not.
I mean, ignoring the fact that you'd argue the word unexpected is redundant in the context of a bombshell.
Yeah, I guess like an expected bombshell would not be effective.
Yeah, exactly. But also, I really hope that we're going to peel back the onion of Wikifeet, which I have to be honest, I was completely oblivious of until about 10 minutes ago.
I have never heard of Wikifeet before. I mean, I'm willing to wager a guess as to what sort of thing it is, and it's probably Chris for perverts, I would imagine. But can you say that these days? I don't know. Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, it begins. Jessie J was left taken aback during her performance at the Isle of Wight festival when one brazen fan revealed to the singer she had sold pictures of her feet in order to attend. But Jessie hopes she will receive a free account. There's a lot going on there, isn't there?
It's a very complicated stand first.
A stand first should not have that many sub clauses. I don't want to get too deep into the art of journalism here. That's not what this podcast is about. But there are too many sub clauses in that stand first.
Amen.
Jessie J burst into an impromptu song when one person revealed she'd sold pictures of her feet to attend the festival.
Okay.
The hitmaker, well, not for a long time, let's be honest, not for a long time. The hitmaker joins the likes of S Club, Bradley Will Simpson, Henry Moody, and Keane on the lineup for the second day of the Isle of Wight festival. I mean, S Club, yeah. Keane, very 15 years ago, but I'm aware of who they are. Bradley Will Simpson?
Isn't he Leighton Orient left back?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? It sounds like, yeah, he's played 14 games, but he did have a season on loan at Dagenham Redbridge. Henry Moody?
Guest judge on MasterChef The Professionals.
Who are these? I mean, that is a good shout, but I have no idea who they are. I presume that they are big stars.
I'm looking forward to hearing more from them.
Tickets for the event vary from £269.95 for a weekend ticket and day tickets priced at £120. But amid the cost of living crisis, one fan explained to Jessie the length she went to in order to attend the festival.
I mean, that's not me laughing at the cost of living crisis, but just the way they're setting this up as a really detailed conversation between fan and performer.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And also, £269.95, I'd say round up to 270.
Yeah, might as well.
During her performance, the 36-year-old spotted a sign in the crowd and instantly halted her set to read it, which stated that the female in question sold pictures of her feet in order to purchase tickets. So this is kind of the equivalent, I suppose, of, I mean, another football reference, I'm sorry, but you know those kids you see at every Premier League game with like, Grealish, can I have your shirt, please? Which angers me.
I kind of feel that they've probably overdone the, instantly halted her set.
Yeah. Stopped everything. Everybody stop. Everybody has to stop. No music at all. A stunned Jessie couldn't believe the revelation and instantly burst out into an impromptu song about the bombshell.
Oh, she's like Josie Lawrence.
Yeah. Lovely little reference for the teenagers there, Chris. Always pandering to our young listeners.
Exactly. Whose line is it anyway? I'm sure is available on 4/7 or whatever it's called.
I'm pretty certain it's not. I don't know how to continue a conversation about Wikifeet, she said. The price tag songstress went on to add, it's not something I normally talk about on stage. What's your name? Grace. She went on to sing, Grace has got nice feet. Oh, Grace, she sold pictures to be here with me. Oh, Grace.
Yeah, it's not one of her best ones.
I mean, I only know price tag. I don't know. I'm not going to sing this along. Oh, Grace, were you wearing Crocs or sandals or heels? If you're free, we should write songs. Oh, Grace, you don't have 7 toes. Or maybe you do. If you want to find out, go on Wikifeet, because I don't know, but thank you for being so innovative and making money to be here today.
£269.
It doesn't
95 pence.
Jessie joked, thank you. Everyone makes some noise for Grace and her amazing feet.
Yeah.
Terrible, isn't it? It doesn't scan at all.
It's not exactly working the crowd.
No. Speaking exclusively to the Mirror after her set, Jessie said, you know what? You just got to go with it. She had a sign about her feet, and I was like, what can I sing about?
The set list?
Just stick to the set list.
Yeah.
Stick to the set list. It's a festival. Nobody wants you riffing. It's not a new material night. Just
this is the Isle of Wight is not an impromptu jazz fest.
Let's be honest. What you want to do is hear a get up, do price tag, leave.
Possibly do price tag again.
Yeah, like Chesney Hawkes.
Dubstep version.
Joking, Jessie added, but no, I hope Wikifeet see it and gives me a free subscription because I've got nice feet. Someone has set up an account for me on there. Imagine buying a house thanks to my toes.
Yeah, imagine, eh?
Oh, God, imagine. Moses supposes his toes are roses. The Isle of Wight Festival opened its gates to campers on Thursday, but well and truly kicked things on Friday with some of the nation's best-loved acts taken to the main stage. Do you want to know one of the nation's best-loved acts, Chris, that they've referred to first?
Go on.
Mike Skinner literally got to know his audience during the Streets' exhilarating set. I'm guessing you, like me, have not thought about the Streets in the last 15 years.
It's been a while. I mean, the fact that he literally got to know his audience
Yeah.
sort of suggests that there was a handful of people watching.
He worked the room. He just came off the stage, went around going, "Hi, I'm Mike. I'm from the Streets. Who are you? What do you
Want to join
do?"
my WhatsApp group?
Yeah. I'm setting up a WhatsApp group for friends of mine. The Fit But Don't You Know It hitmaker
Nice.
crowd surfed and got intimate with his fans in the pit in between belting out the group's classic hits. The garage legend then paid tribute to the Prodigy before leaving the stage ahead of the electronic band closing the night. The Prodigy show saw them play iconic tunes such as Breathe, Out of Space, and Firestarter, during which a special laser projection of bandmate Keith Moon was beamed across the crowd. I've just spotted a major fucking mistake in that line, Chris. Moon. Have you noticed it?
Is it Keith Moon?
Keith Moon was not in the Prodigy.
Yes, Keith wasn't Keith Moon in the Who.
But Keith Moon was the drummer in the Who. I've only just spotted that for the first time. Keith Flint was in the Prodigy.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, if they'd have put out a projection of Keith Moon, it would have been like that time that Dexy's Midnight Runners were on Top of the Pops doing Jackie Wilson said, and had a picture of the darts player Jockey Wilson instead behind them. Keith Moon. Oh, my word. I had not spotted that. Spectacular. Over the rest of the weekend, ticket holders will enjoy a whole host of incredible acts across 13 stages and headline performances from Pet Shop Boys, Green Day, Suede, and Joe Wiley's 90s anthems and more still set to perform. I mean, this is very much aimed at people of our vintage, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard Joe Wiley's 90s anthems on, I think it's on Radio 2, but I mean, I don't know how it works in a live format.
I would imagine that it's Joe Wiley behind a laptop playing some old music.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't feel like the best use of... Anyway.
Surely, halfway through, she's going to bring Steve Lamacq on.
Oh, I mean, it'd be a wasted weekend.
Imagine that. He'd come on and he'd grab his microphone, he'd tell the audience the story of when he saw Richie from Manic Street Preachers carve into his arm.
Yeah.
Thoughts with the family.
Great days.
Across 4 days of music and entertainment, the festival site becomes home to over 55,000 people for a weekend that promises to once again prove itself as one of the UK's most popular festivals.
Wow, that feels like it's been written before.
Yeah. And that, Chris, is the end of that story.
I'm actually exhausted.
Yeah, very much a one-note story there.
Yeah.
But, I enjoyed it.
I did too. Want to carry on with the musical theme?
Oh, yes, please. I would like that very much. Or maybe, Chris, a bit of tad more contemporaneous.
Oh, yeah, let's go for it. So this is from the Mail Online, and the headline is, Hugh Grant is spotted eating carrots and wearing earplugs as he takes his wife and daughter 8 to watch Taylor Swift at Wembley concert before sending the Eras star a gushing message.
Lovely stuff. I would imagine he's already put a complaint in to the Press Complaints Commission.
They have, for some reason, they've uppercased earplugs.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, carrots is just normal, but earplugs is in uppercase.
Which makes what follows even more confusing. Hugh Grant was spotted eating carrots at Wembley's VIP tent during Taylor Swift's London concert.
That is unusual. That's not your
standard, intro, is it?
It's not your standard snack, is it?
But it's just like, I mean, I could sort of see where they were going with the headline, like slightly elder, statesman of British acting, reputation of a bit of a curmudgeon. Sorry, Hugh, wears earplugs to, hottest gig of the year. But then they go on, but then they go off on the carrots.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't get
know.
it.
I suppose carrots didn't make you orange. Wasn't he orange in a recent film? I don't know how you feel about carrot, Chris. I would say if I was ranking every vegetable, it would be absolute bottom.
Oh no, it'd be pretty high up for me. I'd
Oh,
say,
no, 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 no.
yeah, at least, maybe not quite Champions League, but yeah, Europa, solid.
No, 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 no. It would be relegated with the amount of points that Derby County had in that famous we're doing more football. We're really alienated people
Yeah.
here. In that famous season. Carrots, I'm gonna say this, Chris, are shit.
Wow. Wow. If you're listening, someone from the British Carrot Society, you have a right of rebuttal. I'm telling that right now. Okay. Anyway, going back to the tour, he attended the show with his wife, Anna Elizabeth Eberstein, an 8-year-old daughter. The British actor joined Tom Cruise, Ashton Kutcher, and Mila Kunis to party at the pop sensation's Eras tour. Fan videos show the Notting Hill actor surrounded by a host of A-level celebrities. A-level, sorry.
A-level, he's doing his A-levels.
All doing their A-levels. They finished and now they get to go to a nice gig.
It's weird, isn't it? Very odd.
A-list celebrities, including Greta Gerwig in the covered tent in an open-collared white shirt with his grey hair pushed back neatly.
Nice.
The Wonka actor stood towards the back of the celebrity gaggle with a pair of thick-rimmed sunglasses tucked into his neat shirt as he glanced around the tent and out towards the stage.
That is, if I was at a concert, Chris, I would always glance towards the stage.
Yeah.
I would not turn my back to it and look the other way. That would be very rude.
Yes, he's not turning his back on everyone. Wonka actor, I mean, he is, but I mean, come on.
I'd say it's probably not what he's best known for.
No. One video even showed the 63-year-old snacking on carrots with yellow earplugs in as the Bad Blood singer performed. After the performance, Grant took to X to show his appreciation for Swift and the magical evening. He wrote, "Thanks so much from one aging London boy, wife, and thrilled 8-year-old." The actor also extended his thanks to Swift's hospitable team and excellent, if gigantic, boyfriend, referring to Kansas City Chiefs player Travis Kelce, who was supporting the singer at her sold-out London show.
I guess he wasn't supporting her in the, like he was a support act. If you just coming on and throwing a few balls beforehand for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Watch me chuck this pigskin around.
Yeah, while shouting, hot, hot, hot.
Yeah.
Did he do that? I don't know.
Oh, well, they must do. The veteran actor was standing next to another woman in a white blouse as fans stood just outside the VIP box, swaying and dancing to Swift's emotional ballad.
That is some padding, isn't it? Another woman in a white blouse.
This is someone being paid by the word. On Friday night, the American megastar 34 sent the capital into a frenzy as she delighted almost 90,000 fans with renditions of Hits Different, Death by a Thousand Cuts, and The Black Dog. Familiar with the Swift back catalogue?
No, not at all, Chris. In fact, and I'll give something away to listeners here. We're recording this in the evening. I have spent the whole day in the pub. And I was chatting to a friend of mine who's also a friend of yours. And even though we won't name names, but he's a name in the celebrity journalism world, between us, we could name Shake It Off.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
I genuinely, I can't name another one apart from that. And it's not because I don't like her. She's just not on my radar.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know about you. Are you a fan of the Swift oeuvre?
I mean, I can appreciate some of her tunes. Yeah, I wouldn't say I know a lot, but I probably could give you 3 or 4, I reckon. However, not everyone was pleased. Some fans complained that despite paying £700 tickets, they couldn't see the star perform.
Yeah, we deserve.
They said, "We paid a lot of money for these tickets, and nowhere does it say restricted view. What can you do about this, as they cannot see any of the stage that Taylor Swift will be on? And then this message, at Ticketmaster UK, babes, please explain how this isn't restricted view. £200 to not be able to see Taylor at the end of the stage. Thanks in advance, XOXO.
Yeah, you're not getting a response to that. You're not getting a response to that.
I think you're just really hoping that Ticketmaster is now run by like a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
The tent's blocking my view more than the sound tower, but it could be worse, I guess, another said, to which someone told them to complain if they weren't told the view was restricted. But the most stunning moment of the night came as the star took one of the most iconic pop culture selfies of all time, posing up next to Prince William, Prince George, and Princess Charlotte as the delighted royal shared a moment with the singer.
Ugh.
I mean, the most iconic pop culture selfies of all time.
Do you remember when there was that monkey that took a picture of itself and actually went to court over who owned the copyright on it? I would say that was probably more important.
Fair enough.
But fair play to the royals.
I thought you were going to say fair play to the monkey.
And the monkey. I'd love it if the monkey was also in that picture.
Yeah. If you're out there,
if you're listening, and
if you're following us on,
if you can take a picture, you can listen to a podcast, monkey. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Earlier in the concert, the Prince of Wales had stunned the crowds as he was spotted pulling out his best dad dancing moves as the trio partied through the concert alongside thousands of other Londoners. There's not much else to be said really there, Matt. And I'm not gonna bore you with the next sort of half a dozen pars.
I and the listeners, Chris, appreciate your honesty.
Let me look. Are there any comments? Oh yeah, of course there are. Knitting Nan from Bolton says, I sat through the movie of the first Woodstock in the late 60s with my fingers in my ears. It was fine then.
I mean, it's a comment. Is it relevant to the story on which you're commenting? No, but it is a comment.
Well, in that vein, Shelby GG from over there in the Ireland Island said, I enjoy a carrot or two, organic, of course, accompanied with a garlic dip. Yum, yum.
Are you on the wrong website there? You want to go to The Guardian.
Oh, Tiny Dancer from Toronto, Canada. Other than Shake It Off, I couldn't name one of her songs.
Oh, well.
You're
in a fine club. Alias? You're in a fine club.
But I respect her for giving young girls someone real to emulate instead of the plastic Barbies shaking their rumps out there. Her business and charitable sense, her uplifting and empowering lyrics, it's all good and long may she reign. Matt, what are you playing us out with?
Well, we're taking a rare trip into the pages of the Metro, Chris, which we've only done a couple of times before, the Metro Online. They've got a piece which is headline, Pop Star's Famous Father Behind the Best Football Song of All Time.
The best football song of all time.
Yeah, I mean, what would you say, being absolutely honest, best football song of all time?
You know what? I do like World in Motion.
Oh, in that we are absolutely on the same page. Yeah, World in Motion is the greatest, I think. But this is not a story, Chris, about World in Motion. This is a story about a different football song.
Oh, 3 Lions?
No.
Eat My Goal?
That is a good call, but no. And it's not even Sven by Bell and Sperling.
Don't Come Home Too Soon.
Delamitri. What was that? Scotland 1998.
Oh, good knowledge.
Oh, yes. Well, this begins. Fat Les's hit single Vindaloo is one of the best-known England football anthems of all time. But the mastermind behind the lyrics may surprise you.
It's not the only thing about that intro that's surprising me.
Yeah, I would say, number one, it's not one of the best-known England anthems of all time. Number two, the mastermind behind the lyrics did not surprise me because I knew this. Did you?
And, regular listeners will know when it comes to popular culture,
Yeah.
Matt saying I know this is a pretty rare event.
If you're a regular listener, you know that if I say I know this, it will be something that happened between the years of 1990 and 2000.
Yeah. Or it will involve the Grumbleweeds or a reference to Only Fools and Horses.
Yes, it will. And that reminds me, Chris, next month we're starting our Grumbleweed spin-off podcast, aren't we? Where we're going to listen each month to an episode of the Grumbleweeds radio show, which ran on Radio 2 in the 1980s, and talk through it. We're very much looking forward to that. But in the interim, the song named after the popular Indian curry known as a vindaloo. I mean, come on.
Is there a simpler way you could say that?
I don't think you need to tell us that the song Vindaloo was named after the popular Indian curry known as a Vindaloo.
Wow.
Came out in 1998 for that year's FIFA World Cup, the same tournament David Beckham was notoriously red-carded as a parody of the chant so quintessential to English football fans. It shot up the UK singles charts and peaked at number 2, beaten only by fellow football hit Three Lions 98, and has become synonymous with the nationally recognised na 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 lyrics.
Yes. You know, they're constantly talking about it at PMQs.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You know, I thought it was, it was a hell of a moment when they played it at the coronation of King Charles.
Beaten only by fellow football hit, really beaten only by much better known football hit.
Much better known football hit.
And like the third is Three Lions 98 is probably like the third version of it.
I think it was a second, but wasn't it? 96 it was the official version.
Three Lions, yeah.
Yeah, and 98 it wasn't the official version, so they rewrote the lyrics to talk about what happened in the qualifiers in Rome. But yeah, I don't think people remember Findlay. Despite, right, here we go, Chris. Do you remember in a previous story we talked about where they made a massive fuck up about which Keith was in The Prodigy? Do you think that can be chopped? It can be chopped. Despite being a household anthem for almost 4 decades. Right, so it came out in 1998. 4 decades would be 2038.
I mean, this is, yeah, I kind of with you, but I also, I mean, it's very tenuous, but I guess they're arguing 90s, noughties, whatever the 2010s are called and 2020s. But yeah,
no,
it's certainly stretching it.
No, Chris, because that is not how time works. so it's not been, it's been closer to 25 years.
Okay, maybe they should have said, despite being a household anthem in 4 decades.
Even then,
I'd give him that.
Would you? Well, you're a better man than I, because I would not have this. Well, also it's not household anthem, is it? I mean,
oh yeah, I mean,
you've got a household of three people. Admittedly, one of those is very young. I'm guessing you're the only person in that household who would remember Vindaloo.
Yeah, I think that's almost certainly true, right?
Yeah. And I'm pretty confident in my own as well. The lyrics were actually created by British actor and comedian Keith Allen, aka the father of chart-topping singer Lily Allen, alongside Pink Floyd bassist Guy Pratt. Right, again, I knew this. But you must remember.
It's not an amazing surprise.
No, that is what he did during the 90s. He made terrible fun. I mean, to be fair, he was involved in World in Motion. But after that, he just made some terrible records. And this was one of them, very much. And he's Welsh born, isn't he? He's from Swansea, despite the fact he made all these England records.
Yeah.
That's right. British band Fat Les consisted of Keith, 70, Blur bassist Alice James, 55, and artist Damien Hirst from 1998 to 2002. My God, that is the 90s in a sentence, isn't it?
Yeah.
They released parody songs such as their second football anthem, Jerusalem, Naughty Christmas, and Who Invented Fish and Chips?
Now, I think I remember that it wasn't just called Naughty Christmas. It was Naughty Christmas brackets gobbling in the office.
It is. It is. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I remember Jerusalem vaguely. It is Naughty Christmas brackets gobbling in the office. Who invented fish and chips? I do not remember at all.
No.
I have a horrible feeling that whoever produces this podcast is probably going to find a recording of it and play the podcast out. But yeah, Naughty Christmas gobbling in the office was, oh my God, that was an absolute nadir for popular culture.
Yeah.
Outside the band, Keith has starred in several classic comedies and drama, including the BBC's Robin Hood and Kingman, The Golden Circle. He married English film producer Alison Owen in 1982, and the pair welcomed the Smile hitmaker in 1985 before they divorced in 1989. We've had a lot of hitmakers in this episode, haven't we?
I just the way it's been written, it's like, your beautiful daughter has just been born, the Smile hitmaker.
Yeah, it is weird. To this day, viral football hit Vindaloo remains one of Keith's greatest and long-lasting legacies. In a recent interview, he was asked if he still makes royalties from his football-related records. Oh God, yeah, a lot. Probably about £20,000 a year. I mean, I get more money from Vindaloo than a lot of things, he told the Telegraph. I'm always earning money off Vindaloo. The song gets used for all sorts of things and various campaigns. In fact, it's going to be used for one for Deliveroo. Guy Pratt played bass on it, and he's earned more money from Vindaloo than anything he's done with Pink Floyd. Which is depressing, isn't it?
It's a little bit, but
He has also described it as a pub folk song and attributed that to its long-running success. He told PA, the thing about Vindaloo is that it is what I call a close proximity tune. It is not sung in stadiums. You don't get 60,000 people singing Vindaloo, but you do get 20 million people in pubs singing Vindaloo. So as long as we've got pubs, you will have Vindaloo.
Yeah,
I've never been in a pub and somebody sung Vindaloo.
No, I mean, I've heard it come on in a pub, but no one sang. And I think everyone was waiting for World in Motion.
Yeah, put World in Motion on. Honestly. He continued, the most coveted thing about Vindaloo is it captures that unique England sense of humour, and the video certainly captures that. It is very quintessentially English, and I think people like that. He has also involved Lily in his musical machinations, with the Brit-winning music artist providing vocals on Who Invented Fish and Chips. The 39-year-old singer has previously spoken about the privilege of having parents who come from the industry. After wading into the Nepo baby discourse, I am nearly 40 years of age and I'm more than happy. In fact, I think it's important to disclose what a privileged upbringing I've had and how that has created so many opportunities for me, she pointed a few years ago.
Yeah.
And that is that.
Wow.
Yeah, that is the correct answer. Well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the the top one of 3 comments.
Oh, yes, please.
Scott Rail. This site is a joke.
It's a point.
A bit harsh.
The second one from Kelly 2024 says one of the best footy songs ever. And the third and final one, MCC, says that's massive clickbait. Surely everyone knows the best is 3 lions on the shirt. But he's made a bit of a mess of it because he's put an apostrophe in lions and it's on a shirt rather than the shirt. So,
yeah.
What a load of twaddle. Oh dear, Chris. I think that's the end of this week's, this month's Barely Contained.
It is. It's been a bit of a musical interlude.
It has been very musical. I think a lot of people after this will be going straight off to Spotify to stream Who Invented Fish and Chips.
Yeah. Well, certainly maybe there's something that some way we could give them a kind of subconscious nudge.
Yeah, I think certainly that would be a good thing to do. We'll be back on August the 1st when the mercury will probably be chipping 40 degrees. But in the interim, Chris, what should people be doing to get involved with the old Barely Contained brand?
Well, I think, they could start by going to YouTube, because all our episodes are now available on YouTube. And also check out X, formerly Twitter, at barely_pod, or go to Facebook for Barely Contained the podcast, for all sorts of archive footage, bloopers, just classic bits.
Absolutely do that. And then please go to your podcast provider of choice, be that Apple or Amazon or Spotify or YouTube Music, whatever it is that you get your podcasts on. Subscribe, leave us a review, let your friends know. That would be very kind indeed. And every single one of you who does that, we will come round to your house and do a live episode. We've not discussed this in advance, Chris, but that is something we're going to do. It doesn't matter if you're in Basingstoke or Budapest, we will do that. Thank you so much for listening. We were back on August the 1st. So thank you very much, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Bye.